How's it going, everybody? Sonicfan back at it again with another Q&A. It's been a while since the last one, so yeah. Jump. So yeah, I'm gonna answer 3 questions. Originally I wanted 5, but nobody wanted to ask me, 2 more questions. It is a little hard to do Q&As because most of the time you won't get any questions unless you're extremely popular on Twitter or anything. Then people will flood you with questions, but fortunately I'm not that popular, and I only got 3 out of 5 questions, so that's not bad. I can deal with that. So okay, so not wasting any time, let's get it started. First question comes from Vins at Massive DMG or Retro Game or something like that. Vins, anyways. What is your favorite Game Boy game? That's a good question, actually. I have a few. I don't think I have a definitive favorite Game Boy game. It's probably a tie between Pokemon Silver and Super Mario Land 2, but if I had to pick between those two, I'd say Super Mario Land 2 is my favorite Game Boy game, because that game is just classic, man. I love Super Mario Land 2. Everything about it was awesome. What else? And like everything from the first game was improved on, and you had to get 6 golden coins. It was, for a Game Boy game, it was actually I don't want to say it was lengthy, because you could beat that game in 20 minutes if you know what you're doing, I believe. So but yeah, favorite Game Boy game, probably, like I said, probably, most likely, Super Mario Land 2. That's pretty good, Game Boy game. Also, like I said, Pokemon Silver, but if I had to absolutely pick one, like, all-time favorite, I guess, yeah, Super Mario Land 2. Considering, like, yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good answer. It's just awesome. Everything about it is awesome. Oh shit. Rocket launcher. Oh. It's alright. Damn it. Bombs all day, brah. You're done, son. Alright. So yeah, Super Mario Land 2. Next question comes from Lostless Gamer. Lost. In your opinion, what is the most unplayable piece of crap you've ever bought for NES? Well, to clarify, I'm strictly a 16-bit guy. I hate the 8-bit style. I'm not really crazy about the NES or anything like that. I love the 16-bit era. I always will, over the 8-bit era. No offense to people that love the 8-bit era and and that sort of thing, but for me, I enjoy the 16-bit era. That's my favorite era of all time. My favorite era of all time, possibly, because that's when I grew up. Was when it was the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. So I can't really say NES because I despise 8-bit style, 8-bit era. I'm more, like I said, the 16-bit generation was the best generation in my opinion. So yeah, really, no disrespect to her question or anything, but I wish she would have said, what is the most unplayable piece of crap for the SNES or Genesis or something, then, that type of thing. Because like I said, I grew up during the 16-bit era, so that's my favorite generation of gaming, possibly tied with the PS1 and 64 era and all that. So yeah, I really wish she would have asked what's my from NES, SNES or Genesis. But yeah, I'm gonna change it a little bit because, like I said, I didn't grow up during the 8-bit era, the NES era. I don't really like it that much. I'm more of a 16-bit guy. So always remember, if you ask me questions, please always remember I'm huge into the 16-bit era, not the 8-bit era or anything. Unfortunately, sorry. So I'll still answer though. What's the playable piece of crap for the SNES or Genesis? Because like I said, I despise the 8-bit era. I just don't like it. 8-bit style doesn't appeal to me. It's 16-bit all the way, always. Probably Eternal Champions for the Genesis, because that game, like, it's great, it looks great and everything, but the controls are so shitty, and it's just unplayable. Because if you don't have good control in the game, I consider it unplayable. You have to have good control. So it's, like I said, Eternal Champions for the Genesis is completely just horrible and unplayable, in every possible way. If they fixed the controls for that game would have been actually really good, really decent. Because it really is, like, they have awesome music for it and everything. So, I'd say Eternal Champions for the Genesis is the most unplayable piece of crap I've ever played for this, for the Genesis. And or SNES. Then again, I think it's just exclusive to Genesis. So yeah, for the Genesis, it definitely has to be, like I said, Eternal Champions. And, like I've mentioned a couple times already now, I despise the 8-bit style. So anytime you have a question for me regarding that, always ask me from, the 16-bit generation. What's my favorite Genesis game, SNES game? What's the most unplayable SNES game or Genesis? Stuff like that, I just don't like the 8-bit style at all. So I changed it up a little bit because I have no ties to the NES era at all. 16-bit all the way. Or 32-bit, really. So SNES, Genesis, PS1, N64, Dreamcast, GameCube, Game Gear, Game Boy Color, that type of thing. So yeah, hopefully I answered your question thoroughly, and there you go. Hopefully it's good enough. That was a good enough answer. Final question, because we only got 3 questions. I wish we got 2 more questions, but unfortunately nobody wanted to ask 2 more questions. That's fine. If I get at least 3, I'm good with that. I really wanted 5 though. I was hoping for 5, because that seems like a good, the perfect amount. So yeah, 3rd and final question. Excuse me, I'm not looking at my phone. I'm in the Metal Slug right now. Where is it? Last question comes from Sam Earl 13. What glitches have you ran into that aren't the well-known ones? To be honest, when I play games, I don't run into many glitches, actually. To be honest, I'm not even, bullshitting or lying. I actually haven't. The only glitch that I can think of that I ran into while playing a game was The Last of Us. So, I was playing that game, right when it came out. A friend brought it over. It was like, you want to play The Last of Us? Like, alright. So we play the game. We're going along, whatever. And, we're in this, banquet hall or dining hall or something. And I jump off the table. And as I jump off the table, I am not bullshitting you. He does this like animation to where he has his arms spread out like he's flying, and it glitched to where he's stuck in the animation where his arms are spread out, and he's still falling off the table even though he was already on the floor. So, and then since he was on the floor, as he was still in that flying type of animation, he ended up dying even though he was just standing in place. He didn't move or anything. He wasn't, 25 feet off the ground or anything. He was just standing on the floor, and motherfucker he's in this like flying type of animation for maybe 10 seconds, and all of a sudden he just drops dead. Not even kidding. Like, that was the weirdest fucking glitch that I've ran into. That was just fucking weird. He was just in this like flying animation where his arms spread out, and I just say, I believe I can fly, and as soon as I say that, he just drops dead. And like I said, the dude was just standing in place. He was, he wasn't flying or anything. He got off the table because he was standing on a table. He got off the table, and he was standing in place. And all of a sudden it just glitched out, and he got off the table, and he was just standing in place, and he was, like I said, he was still in that flying animation, and he was standing in place. So that caused him to, just drop dead. Even though he was just standing in place, he just dropped dead. It was the weirdest fucking glitch I've ever experienced. So yeah. The Last of Us, it was like a flying glitch. Not a flying glitch, but a standing glitch, I should say. That was really fucking weird, considering he was just standing in place, and he ended up dying. Well, first, let me clarify. I got off the table. As I got off the table, he was still in that jumping off animation, like he was still jumping off of things, but he had his arms spread out like he was flying like an eagle. So, and then as soon as he hit the floor, he was still in that animation, and then since he was still in that animation, he just dropped dead. Weirdest fucking glitch, I swear. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my Q&A. And yeah, I hope I answered everybody's question, very well, thoroughly. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little fourth Q&A. This is my fourth Q&A that I've done. Wow. And yeah, I hope you guys, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. So yeah. There we go. Come on. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A, and I've answered all your questions as best I could. And on that note, I have been Sonicfan, and I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. Have a good one, everybody.